I just don't want to see shenanigans. I want to see a very fair and safe election, just like they said about safe and effective, right? Good afternoon, Outliers. Happy Thursday. Happy All Hallows Eve. I hope that you are, number one, ready for Halloween tomorrow. And number two, because we're going to dress up for Halloween tomorrow. One of the things I've always done on my live streams, I mean, as far as I can remember, is I always dress up for Halloween. So I need you to make sure you dress up for Halloween. And did you vote? That's the real question here, right? You don't have to wear a costume, but did you vote? You have to vote. You have to vote. You don't have to wear a costume, but you do have to vote. Let's see who's here. Tug is here. Afternoon Outliers. Donna, good to see you. Randy, Mike Wolf is back. Hey, Mike, glad you made it. Good to see you made it over into the Discord too. In fact, part of so Mahesh, Mark, and I had a long meeting this morning. We have meetings every Wednesday, in case y'all know. We went for a long time. And one thing you remember recently, I asked you several questions in the Discord, which I was so thankful that we got all those responses. I have another set of questions that I'm going to ask in the Discord the next couple days, and it really comes down to, and Mikey, you would be prime to answer this question when it comes through. This is so don't worry about it right now. Whenever we started, or whenever you started as an outlier, where did you feel that we helped you get started? And where did you feel like we had a missed opportunity, right? Where, when you came in and you logged into the platform, did you feel like, okay, this makes sense, I understand what to do? And also, where did we drop the ball in telling you, hey, this is how to use Outlier? That's what I'm after, right? So don't worry about it right now. Don't put it in the chat. Just think about it over the next couple of days, because that is definitely something that is on our minds, because we are going to be revamping and making training for those who come in. Basically, the idea here is over on our features page to, rather than just show what's in the platform, say, this is what it is, this is how you use it, right? So when someone comes and checks out Outlier, we have all the data, not all the data, but all the instructions right there. So when they log in for the first time, just like Mikey's done this last week, they'll know exactly where to go and what to do and how to do it. So that is what I'm looking for. So don't stress about it right now, but do get excited. Do get excited. Jean-Louis here, Dave is here, Wes is here. Wes, thank you so much. I'm really excited to see the data. Wes is working hard behind the scenes around his 9 to 5 to put some data together for us as outliers, which I'm really stoked about. So Wes, thanks for doing that. I can't wait to see what you find. Bob, good to see you. Michael's here. All right. So I teased it in the Discord. Are y'all ready to see Outlier 3.0? Let me know if you're ready to see Outlier 3.0 in the chat. Just type in the number 3, because I have it. I have Outlier 3.0. Type in number 3 if you're ready to see it. But in the meantime, I totally got you there. In the meantime, CNN says it's over. They're admitting defeat for Kamala. What?
Yeah, Republicans have been registering voters in big, huge numbers. They have been gaining in party registration versus the Democrats in the swing states with party registration. We're talking Arizona. I think it's a 5-point. They've expanded their lead from 5 points from where it was back in 2020. How about Nevada? Big Republican registrations there. They like the early vote. How about North Carolina?
There was a site, VT News. There's probably other places that can do this, but I want to fill this in real quick. So if they're saying red on Arizona, red for Nevada, red for North Carolina. By the way, has anybody ever known anyone named Nevada? There was someone that I went to high school with. He actually now is the band director where I went to college at. I was in the band. That's where I met my wife, was in the band. I played trombone. She played clarinet. Nevada was also one of the trombone players, and he's now the band director there. So it's weird for me to say Nevada as a state when I know a person named Nevada. Just a weird thing. North Carolina going red, and Pennsylvania going red. So if we have that, right, we don't even need Wisconsin, Michigan, or Georgia. Trump's at 271. Let's see. I know y'all are dying because I totally am making you wait more on the 3.0. But here we go. Let's see what else we got going on here.
Fine. Big Republican registration gains. How about Pennsylvania? We spoke about it before a few months ago. Big Republican Party registration gains versus from where they were 4 years ago. So Republicans are putting more Republicans in the electorate. The Democratic number versus the Republican number has shrunk.
Randy knows I'm a bodybuilding fan. As Ronnie Coleman would say, yeah, buddy. He's also say, lightweight, baby.
And so the bottom line is, if
By the way, Ronnie Coleman lives not all that far from me. Never seen him before in real life, but just thought that was interesting.
Republicans win come next week, Donald Trump wins comes next week, the signs all along will have been obvious. We would look at the right direction being very low, Joe Biden's approval rating being very low, and Republicans really registering numbers. You can't say you weren't warned.
You heard it yourself. CNN is warning their rapidly dwindling audience that all the warning signs are in place for a massive Trump victory on Tuesday. We're going to look at the latest data coming in. We got the single most accurate pollster of 2020 giving their final poll for 2024. And we got Mika Brzezinski, the psychotic lunatic from MSNBC, crying again. She was on The View in tears over what she sees as...
I just don't understand. Hear me out. I really don't get how these people, having seen what Trump did for 4 years, already in office, can sit there and be like, Trump is such a Nazi. He's gonna kill all women. He's gonna kill all name any group. He's gonna kill everybody. He's gonna use the military on his political opponents. And it's like, what? Why do you have this just like extreme viewpoint here? Let's get real. We're not electing Hitler. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
An impending Trump victory. All that and more just 6 days away from the big day. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron prescribed by coverage. One of the 100. We do have the 3 decision has ruled that Virginia does indeed have the right to purge their voter rolls of non-citizens. Woo! I mean, astonishingly, it was
voter rolls including non-citizens. Okay, I would also like to purge that, please. There is no reason we need to have non-citizens voting.
Back Atlas Intel, if you don't know, they called the popular vote back in 2020 down to literally a couple of tenths of a point. They're predicting Trump will indeed win the popular vote and sweep 6 of the 7 swing states. In terms of the early voting, it looks like he's going to win all 7, but 6 out of 7, that's fine with me. And it looks like we are seeing that. We are seeing something akin to a 6 of 7 or maybe 7 of 7 sweep. Take a look at the key swing state of Wisconsin. Now, remember, as things stand, Trump only has to win 1 of the 3 blue wall states, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania.
So if we go back to this map here, we've got Pennsylvania on the map, but if we catch Wisconsin too, that's at Trump 281.
A look at Wisconsin.
I'm just, honest to goodness, my head right now is I see the enthusiasm for voting, and so do you. I know you do. And I look at this situation, I'm like, don't let them pull any voting machine shenanigans, right? That's where my head is at right now. It's like, they tried to kill the dude. They tried to put him in jail. They tried everything they possibly can to stop him getting to this point. The only thing that they have left is voting machine shenanigans. And that's the part that really concerns me, because then we're going to have another Stop the Steal, January 6th, and all that go on for the next 4 years.
Gang. Early vote returns are currently 50% Republican, 32% Democrat. This is absolutely...
That's a big margin.
Staggering. Here's a breakdown of the counties. Strong Republican counties and lean Republican counties are absolutely crushing, particularly the strong Democrat counties. Strong Democrat counties are not coming out to vote. They're just not excited about Kamala, it looks like. And all the polls are bearing that out. We talked yesterday as well.
You ignore all the other information and you believe in voting shenanigans? What gives? Dude, I don't know. Listen, I first got excited about politics right after Trump lost, because I was one of those people where I was like, there has to be shenanigans here. There can't be a reason why he would have lost. So that's where my head's at, Brian. I just don't want to see shenanigans. I want to see a very fair and safe election. You know, just like they said about safe and effective, right?
About what are called the WOW counties. So these are the deep red counties of Waukesha, Azauki, and Washington. They actually have right now a 12% turnout advantage over liberal Dane County, where Madison is. So Wisconsin's absolutely crushed. Requests and ballot returns. The
GOP just surged in Pennsylvania.
Democrat firewall, their early vote firewall, and this is a key for Democrats winning Pennsylvania.
Giuliani is still paying for his voting shenanigans last election. Yeah, dude. And Steve Bannon just got out of jail yesterday. I mean, some people went down for Trump.
Yeah. They amassed a 1.1 million early vote firewall in 2020. Their early vote firewall has been reduced now to just 380,000. That is crushing. Now, again, remember, in Pennsylvania is unique. 70% of Pennsylvanians vote on election day. It is inordinately Republican. It is massively Republican, super Republican. Did I say it's? Did I get that across for you? Election day is going to be superordinately Republican. For example, I don't know if you could see that in this chart here, but back in 2020, just to give you a sense here, back in 2020, if you look under election day votes, if you can see it, Trump won the election day vote back in 2020 in Pennsylvania with a more than R plus 30 electorate.
I mean, look at that on election day. That's nearly 2x. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get over to the 3.0. Who's ready? I know. I teased it super long, and I saw everybody's number threes come through. Let me see this. Okay. Let's actually do it this time. Are y'all ready? Oh, that's not it. This is 3.0. Now, it is very busy. And let me close a couple tabs here. This is actually so cool. So yes, tons and tons of information. A couple things will be changing. One thing that I brought up to Mahesh this morning is I was like, Mahesh, I love it. However, it is very busy. And so I did suggest to him that he goes like TrendSpider has, where you have eyeballs like this over here in the bottom corner, where you can hide and show different things, right? If you come over here, you can hide and show different indicators, right? And so you can make the chart basically as big or small as you want. And so I asked him if that's something that we can do. And so I believe there's going to be an eyeball on this pane, an eyeball on this pane, and then an eyeball on every one of these charts. Now, let's go top to bottom and talk about each of these charts. Up here is the same chart that you're familiar with right now, but with one very notable exception. The green, red, and white overlays were based on an internal uptrend, downtrend, neutral indicator for OVTLYR. And Mark and Mahesh actually have been working really hard behind the scenes, because Mahesh, having watched our trading rooms, realized that, you know what, Chris is onto something. Chris's 10, 20, 50 criteria actually is really good. And so we were having a discussion this morning. It's not finalized yet, but I believe the greens will now be the 10, 20, 50 criteria. The 50 may not be. I'm sorry, not the 50. The reds may not be in this initial release. It may change later. But Mark was even so impressed, because he's like, this is outperforming our own criterias like by 30 percentage points. And they're like, this is really good, Chris. I'm like, I appreciate it. It works because it's your long term, your intermediate term, and your short term all moving in the same direction. So that's one change you'll notice up here. Another is that you're actually going to be able to toggle off the buy and sell signal. So if you don't want to see them, if you're not interested, no problem, it'll go away. Also, notice here on the charts, which we don't have right now, I'll go to a chart on the SPY real quick. Oh, Tug says he loves the eyeball thing. Yeah, I think that's going to be really handy. You'll notice on the chart, it looks a bit different, right? You've got the Price Trajectory Oscillator. And now that is actually in its own chart, its own thing down here. So that was really cool. We're going to push that out. And in my opinion, I think that's going to help a ton. And this was one thing that I pushed for, because when you look at this, and a lot of people have had this question to me directly, is, hey, is that a moving average? It's definitely not a moving average. In fact, this is a very powerful indicator once you understand that when it's moving up, the direction is expected to go up. When it's moving down, the direction is expected to go down. And then the reversals are key here too. So we've actually pushed that out into its own area down here. That it may have some visual improvements down here, but overall, now this is going to have more weight and importance, which I'm excited about. But you'll notice we actually are going to have moving averages on the chart. So I'm stoked about that. Now, I know this is really tiny. Right now, in dev, it doesn't resize, so I can't make it look any better. But we're going to have the 5, 10, 20, and 50. So we can actually do 10, 20, 50 right there on the chart. Oh, Randy suggested a grid. Hey, Mahesh is here too. Mahesh, actually, I really like Randy's idea, having a grid. That sounds really smart. Thank you, Randy, for that. And as Brian says, collaboration, efficiency, great to see it. Yes, I think a grid will make that a lot better. Thanks, Randy. So yeah, popping that out in its own area, I think is going to be super handy. Next, this is going to be so cool. I'm really stoked about this down here. So, I'm all about that breadth, right? Some people are all about that base. I'm all about that breadth. And we've got the full stocks up here. Like today, you can see it kind of flattened out, and it might actually turn bullish here in a day or two when it crosses over the 10 EMA. Well, how cool would it be if you went to a stock? Let's just throw a stock around. We were talking about Boeing this morning in our call. How cool would it be if you pulled up Boeing and then you could see not only the market's breadth, but also the industrials breadth all in one spot? So that's what's going to be down here. Now, this is going to change a little bit. We're going to have moving averages like we do already, but we'll also have buttons for like your sector should be green. And then you can add on the S&P 500. You can add on all stocks, which are not the same. We actually have full stocks or the S&P 500 or just the ETFs, right? We actually have a few different options up here. So we'll be able to see inside of individual stocks what the breadth is, not just for that particular sector, but also for full stocks or the SPY, which I am so stoked about. We'll still have the moving averages too. We might change the moving averages, but we'll have more data on here. So this will be really cool, right? And I think it's going to lead to more interesting information, right? So imagine you've got Boeing here and industrials are moving down, okay, just for example, and on the breadth, and then you see the market moving up, right? That discrepancy there could lead to trading opportunities. It really could. We will absolutely be exploring that down the line, but man, I am so stoked about that. And then down here, this is the uptrend and downtrend overlays for the sector, right? So you're going to see how many stocks are showing with a green overlay for the sector. So that's going to be really cool. Now, there's a lot more going on over here. Let me catch up with the chat here. Randy says, thanks, Mahesh. Brian says, can Mahesh just add a golden thumbs up when all signals are aligned for a stock? Basically, yeah. The news is going to be really cool. So you can pop this open and expand the news, and look at that. You're going to have all the news, right? And you may be a news junkie. I'm not so much a news junkie, but I might be with it all in one place. And it's going to have rankings, positives, neutrals, negatives, and it's going to be like for your stock, right? So if you pull up Boeing and you, well, it's all negative right now, but imagine you're looking at negative, 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 and then maybe you see a sentiment reversal, like positive, positive, positive. You're like, oh, wait a minute, something's changing here. That could be coming up. Mahesh, can you add all your suggestions to the Discord? That would be awesome. Thank you guys for doing that. And then I believe Mahesh says this will be updated literally like within just moments of news coming out. You'll see it here inside of inside the platform. And then right here next to it is the analyst ranking or analyst rating. So you might see like Raymond James has a sell signal. Schwab has a buy signal, whatever. Still in progress. Don't stress on that. This is just dev right now. And then right here is the constituent map. And Mahesh, since you're on the line, if I'm looking at Boeing, for example, and I'm in the industrials, would this show the industrials or would this show the S&P 500 as of today? I am curious about that. But just so you guys know, the reason I ask is when you go to an individual stock, it doesn't show that. But if you go to an index like XLI for industrials, it'll show industrials. Okay, that's what Mahesh says. It'll show industrials in that case. Cool. Actually, that's awesome, right? So you'll have the constituent map down here of that particular sector the stock belongs in. So what does that mean? This shows how many stocks are greedy or how many stocks are fearful. And if you let it hover for just a moment, it'll change, right? You change it by different days. Some days are well more greedy, like that one, and some days are well more fearful, like this one here. So that should update on here for your sector. Very cool, Mahesh. Thanks for replying to that. Directional volatility histogram. This shows you over time what the number of days have looked like, positive skew, negative skew, what kind of average moves should you expect in a stock? Now, in an index like this, you can absolutely expect to see more positive days than negative days. But, you put on something like Alibaba. Hang on, I didn't type that right. That's been beaten up, right? You might see more negative days than positive days. See that? And then the magnitude of those moves as well. So that'll be here. And then over on this side, Mahesh, are we still going to have just our 3 lists, or do we have the? I don't know if I'm giving too much away. We're going to be able to have dynamic, customizable lists here. Will those be available yet? Anyway, you'll be able to check which list you want to see right there, and then you can even expand that and see everything you would, just like if you went to the watch list tab here, you would see that here. Mahesh says, just the 3 lists, and in the next release, we'll have customizable lists. How cool is that? We're making it better for you. All right, and then you've got the fundamental stuff that we've been covering on everyone. I don't really speak much to those, but there is some interestingness to it, right? The green overlay start date tells you September 12th. The current signal start date, I think that's really handy, October 28th. The heat map value, G11. Oh, I didn't even mention the heat map. Heat map's going to be down here just like it has been. Oscillator direction moving down. So this oscillator right here. And then this section right here will have those ratios and things. And then notes. This is really cool. So you're going to be able to do notes on this symbol or all symbols. So for example, let's say that I want to make a note on Tesla. I could come in here and I could add a note to whatever, and then I can look at just this symbol's notes, or I can go to all symbols notes. I think that's going to be super, super handy. A lot of the time you'll actually see me like writing on the chart out here. I won't necessarily have to do that anymore because I could just add my note down here. So I think that's going to be really, really handy. So that's a tour of the platform. There's a few little changes up here, like a Discord button. We're still going to have the videos. See the little video icons, right? Because we want to make sure that like everyone who's in here understands how to use it, right? So we're still going to have the videos where you can get a little tutorial on things. The performance summary is still going to be there. So it's everything that we already have now and way more, and in a super, super usable format. Plus, we can look at it in the mobile view. We go to mobile view. If you slam a window to the right and then like slam it even more to the right, I'll show you a second. Come here. Cursor's fighting me. There we go. You can see what a mobile view would look like. And it's going to be very scrollable, I guess you could say. As you can tell, I'm a Star Wars fan. It's going to be very scrollable on that. So should still work in the mobile view. I know an app is in the future. I don't know when. I don't know what time frame that is coming, but there will be an app at some point, and all of this will be built into that too. So I'm really, really, really stoked about this upgrade here. This is a tremendous upgrade. This is the biggest upgrade that we have done so far. And I think it's still going to be, I think this is going to revolutionize. I've said this many times. Finance in general is going to change because of what we're doing with OVTLYR. And the fact that you're going to be able to look at any stock and see all the information you'd need just on that one stock, plus everything you'd want to know on that sector, plus the market all at once. Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. So I'm really, really stoked to see where this is going to go. Randy says, you guys have done an amazing job. Thanks, Randy. We're really trying, right? It's a lot of your help as well, right? A lot of yours and everyone else's help to give us the feedback to make OVTLYR better. That's making it as good as it is. So that is the 3.0 demo. Now let's jump right into our market analysis. All right. Well, you're already here. Thank you so much for coming to the OVTLYR Trading Room. This is Smart Trading Made Simple. This is where we save time, make money, start winning with less risk together as a team. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Uhl. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009. I am a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of trading using the OVTLYR data that I call the golden ticket trading strategy. So real quick, how does OVTLYR work? It's a 4-step process. OVTLYR monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. This is going to be really cool, by the way. Like you saw the news sentiments. Go back over to that. So some of this is what goes into the algos. So that's really cool. I'm so stoked about that. Number 2, OVTLYR determines if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much. Number 3, OVTLYR gives buy and sell signals when these irrational behaviors reach an extreme. And number 4, allowing you to get into the stock before the OVTLYR move happens. So real quick, let's do today's member highlight. So I love to do member highlights, focusing in on the community aspect of the Discord. Let's see who's been chatting over in the group here. Wes definitely had a huge post here talking about some interesting data that he's found. I'm really stoked to see where he goes with that. Mahesh was also suggesting, hey, play around with the screener. That may give you some stuff. Bob noticed this morning there was a little delay, but Mahesh said it didn't take too long, so we're good to go. And then we got to see Mikey. Mikey, I'm super glad you're here as well. So thank you all so much for participating in the Discord. Remember, we do this for you, right? Be sure to share your stories in the Discord. Let us know how we can help. As Mahesh said, please drop your suggestions into for the 3.0 in the Discord so we can include those. And the first rule of OVTLYR is you tell everybody about OVTLYR, right? We don't want to keep this a secret. We want as many people as possible talking about this. And hit the like button. I know you're already subscribed. Hit the like button for me. That tells YouTube about OVTLYR as well. So if we go to the market, 10 over 20, price over the 50 is what I want to see on the SPY. And that's what we have, right? We've had that for a while. The market is still pushing higher, 10, 20, 50. Everything is pushing north, although we've really stalled out right here, right? The last since October 14th. So really the last 2 weeks here, second half of the month, not much is happening in the market. Let's go to the next step, which is market breadth. Market breadth, we mentioned just a little bit ago, may have flattened out, and actually may turn bullish here in a minute. But we still have that sell signal on the SPY. So if the market breadth flattens out, the market's trending higher, and we have a sell signal on the SPY, I'm still going to wait on the sidelines, right? The master key has all of those portions together. So I have no qualms in sitting and waiting on the sidelines. In fact, give me a second here. I want to open up the master key results for the year. Just a moment. I was actually curious this morning. You know, we haven't traded consistently, right? We've had gaps where we've been very busy and gaps where we've not done anything. And that's reflective also here in the master key here. So all of these trades here are ones that I actually took. You can find them in the Discord, with the exception of ones where the master key was not set up. So this is ideal returns for the year and what I'm looking for next year. These moves on average, now not everyone is like this, but on average, some are more, some are less, is 15 percentage points. So every time we start trading, right, every window we start trading has yielded roughly 15 percentage points in this portfolio. And I'm like, whoa. That is pretty freaking sweet. No losing months. I'm in the way of that. No losing months following the strategy. So I have no qualms, and I don't think you should either, about sitting and waiting, right? Waiting with a 81.08% win rate for everything to line up. It just is so cool to see the OVTLYR data working so great. Let me catch up on the chat here. Oh, Mahesh has gone crazy on the chat. Still in mobile view still in progress. Okay. Dave says it looks really amazing. Can't wait to use it. And then Michael says excellent upgrade. Thank you. You know what? Thank you. Right. We make this better because of your inputs. So as a recap for today, everyone go vote. Make sure you don't let Kamala anywhere close to the White House, right? She needs to pack her bags and get out. You're fired. That's what we need to be saying. And, you know, we've got some huge upgrades in the wings with OVTLYR 3.0. It's going to be coming out in 2 stages, Mahesh said. First stage number 1 will come out November 11th. We also have a huge partner announcement on November 11th or 12th. November 12th. Or November 11th. Mahesh, what day is it? Is this the 12th or the 11th? I can't remember. I thought you said you had your meetings on the 11th. And then we're announcing on the 12th. I could be wrong. Either way, big stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So I want to thank you so much for being an outlier. We literally couldn't do this without you. A little bit after that. Okay, so a couple days after the 11th. And we want to pay you back every day by helping you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. Don't forget our special 45% off ends tomorrow. So if you haven't already got your annual plan, go grab your annual plan because this special is going to be terminating at that point. And I don't want you to miss out if you don't already have the annual plan. Let us know if you need anything in the Discord. Please let us know your suggestions on 3.0. If you want to take a look at it again, just scrub back on this video and you'll be able to see it even more. And of course, the first rule of Outlier is tell everybody about Outlier. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. Actually, I will, if you're still watching, I hope you still are. There is a chance I won't make it to tomorrow's trading room. I have doctor's appointments at 1:15. I usually go live 2:15 Central Time. I'm going to really try to make it. If I can't, I'll let you know in the Discord I can't make it. Wait, no, that's Friday. I'll be here tomorrow. Daggum, yeah, I'm going to be dressed up in my Halloween costume. Hope you are as well. But Friday is a chance I won't make it to the trading room. Or we might push it and be 30 minutes later than usual. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Remember, I'm here for you. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll talk soon.